comes to power, when it comes to cohesiveness, you go to Nongshim, right? Like the top side is insane. You have great engage. You have good kiteback potential as well.
Because I think these players are really good, and this draft edge is absurd.
Oh my god.
Okay, they just walk past one another. That's a bit cute.
Yeah, so Lands, I think, tried to sneak it.
Oh no, he's been baited. Will get knocked up, has to flash. Double flashes to follow Permafrost. There's first blood going over to Jiu. And I hadn't factored that in when I said that.
The gold lead kind of shrinks again.
Yep. Oh, here's the on-horn. Everyone's flashing in, and Ona just going to put a stick into the little yodel. Takes down the Rumble here. I would have said first blood.
Cannons.
The amount of cannons, exactly.
Which
very
some would argue is the most important stat in League of Legends. Oh, that's
right.
W used.
Yeah, Gideon looking for the angle here, and he should be able to find it. There's the permafrost, there's the ulti, and holding people in place is something that Sejuani is pretty good at. No flash available. The equalizer was probably unnecessary, but it looked very, very cool. And so that is going to be the return. Kill some
on her, because even with her ult, you can buy safety, but you can't buy space. So not being able to displace yourself is definitely a big sacrifice to be made. But yeah, so going back to the bot side play.
Ona can't. Oh, he can flash, so because he didn't have to use it. Last time as over the wall goes Calyx. I'm not sure about this one because he's now getting closed in on. There's the Ram, but he flashes away. Now Faker looking for an angle onto Gideon, who has to flash. As there's the Grand Starfall, everyone piling in as we have zoomed out so far. I didn't even know this was possible. It's absolutely insane. Down goes the jungler. Calyx now in trouble, but he's able to dash his way out. And it is just one kill, but
here with Gideon, unfortunately, yeah, never gonna get out of that. Like, does a decent job of sidestepping, but there's just way too much damage.
In the meantime, that particular trade and has moved into a gold advantage.
Alex.
Off the back end of that play is, yeah, Calyx is going to try and unbind the soul as best he can. Great knock-up as the ulti comes through as well. Calyx actually managing to do pretty well in the fight, but still, Faker with the perfect execution is going to be able to take him down, and Gideon.
T1, the squad lead slowly extending, and yeah, as I was highlighting, even though a lot of the characters are melee, you do have a lot of effective range as, Doran.
Doran, I don't know. Okay, it's going to be a 2v2. They get the knock-up. Bouncy castle here for Kingen, but the equalizer was doing so much work. The flash comes down, and Calyx just picks up the kill, and somehow Kingen limps away. Win a best of 5 against maybe even this team.
Could happen.
And so picking up a victory here, going to be a big deal. Of course, starting off on the red side, a little bit rough here for T1. They have benefited a lot from the first pick ability. And Nongshim being able to utilize that one here.
Oh, there's the collapse.
That's a big old knock-up as Carrier is coming in. They're looking for an angle, and they want to get both of them. There is the ulti to come out. The ult comes through as well from Calyx, who looks to unbind the soul, and he's just dead. Last hit by the Shuriken. That is deadly. And now the Rift Herald is just going to pop down for fun and not do a whole lot.
Yeah, so Gideon tried to take he missed the bus. He tried to take the Rift Herald back. I'm pretty sure it happened to T1 at some point as well. They're one of the other teams that really like those poke-style combos.
Whoa, there's a flash over the grand entrance. Headbutt is going to go towards Faker. There's now Jiu getting stunned up. And has to go into that Featherstorm pretty early on. Permafrost goes down. Jiu's trying to kite as best he can. Has the perfect execution, max range from Faker is going to lock down the kill. He does die, but Calyx is also now in trouble as he does have to snap back. That is still Gideon picking up the kill there as Equalizer in fantastic position. And Lahens is just dancing around this fight like a ballerina. What? And the harpoon just one-shots the Jhin. Is Rumble a better AD carry than Jhin? What the heck was that, Kingen? As that's an ace for Nongshim. That's a 5 for 1. Okay. I saw the start of that fight.
And Rumble
yeah.
is just cooking the entire... what?
Well, they're cooking steak, I guess. That's what they're having today. As now Owner is also in a whole lot of trouble. Faker dancing around this fight, though. He's got that perfect execution. Great knock-up to come through from Doran. As now Gideon will get taken down. Faker able to get out this time as the curtains have been called. But it's curtains for Doran before too long. And now an equalizer going to block off both Owner and Faker and otherwise not do anything at all. So Gideon does go down. 2 for 1 trade at the minute as that Shuriken backflip kind of gorgeous there for Faker, but he's not going to go too far in.
And without their ults, I don't know if they can contest this.
Doran does have his, You can see Gumayusi's still a long way away without his ultimate. Remember, he has 0 range. Up for Deadly Flourish. Let's see whether Ona can get in there and take this one down. The ultimate from Calyx says absolutely not as the ram comes in, and they take down Lahens. Chiu trying his very best to kite as Faker gets himself all the way back to his shroud and isn't going to be able to offer any more damage. And a Lahens for another.
But right here, T1 really wants to try and extend this play with the other debuff still there. But it's the recall and straight into another fight after
Yes, this is what we'd be doing. Get out, get straight back in again. As Lahens is going to interrupt Faker, and Chiu's going to take him down now. An equalizer on top of Gumayusi, and there is no one to defend him. Down goes both of the damage dealers. T1 have no way out. They are just cooked. This dragon is now going to be taken. That is a clean ace, an objective steal, and whatever the heck else Nongshim want to get.
I thought the 1 for 5 was the best deal they were going to get.
There's always a better deal, Chrono. If they look at this.
Yone.
Yeah, and a Yone. This time around, though, they're going to look for the pick on towards this,
he's real
this King. And yeah, he's really dead. They're going to be able to take that one. Calyx over this wall, though, and we'll see whether T1 can get here in time. At 1,000 gold, he doesn't flash in early enough, and the Baron is secured. There's a Glacial Prison as well, as Gideon just trying to get himself out of there. Nongshim wanting to protect the Barons, and Ona is in so much trouble. They dive on top of Faker. He's knocked up forever, and they still don't have damage, ladies and gentlemen. Gumayusi gonna have to be chased out of this one, and we'll see whether he's gonna survive. The permafrost is in range, and it in fact just last hits him. They will trade their walking barbecue. It's extraordinary.
Lahens for Otacon, great deal. 1 for 5, wonderful. 5 for 0, I thought it didn't get better. Because I understand why T1 is trying to fight there. They know the game is basically over. You got to go for the Hail Mary fight after Nongshim just taken down Nash. But this first game is looking like the T1 draft not working out, but there is a good amount of power picks that I am worried that have already been taken away, right? Gumayusi's Jhin, I think, has been by far his best champion. That already off the table, and him not having the best performance on it, not a great sign.
Yep. And also being able to pick Rakan in a game 1 and not having it get punished by things like Poppy and the Taliyah is kind of huge as well. So Lahens getting a lot of advantages out of that. Speaking of which, he goes in, doesn't quite find Guma, and he's likely going to get popped. Does try and battle dance his way out, and in fact he does. Into the backline goes Faker, but they just see him and destroy him. The ulti from Calyx as well collects the rest of them, and Nongshim are just playing with their food at this point. It's a triple kill for Jiu. They just need to wait for the conga line of minions, and the Noodle Boys will do it here in game 1 against T1. We're gonna have to see some better champions picked from our 3rd place team here in the LCK if they want to be able to reign supreme against Nongshim, and you best believe
to this team, I think you go lethality. I don't think you want to be near anyone on that team.
Yeah, especially with the Gwen.
Yeah, you want to be able to fight for pride. Even Scar.
Oh, he doesn't know.
No.
Again? A second first blood?
Well, they're going to look for it. There's the hook connecting, and a flash heroic charge. Doran's real dead. Nongshim are just the architects of the level 1. Getting it towards the top side. And, I mean, Ona is just going to try and go for this one again. As he does boop him away, the flash has to be invested. As now Doran could be in trouble. He's battling with both the turret and the Jace. As he picks up the aggro. And there's the last hit, Kingen! That was absolutely extraordinary. Picks up the 2nd kill for Nongshim.
You can't.
근데 너 그냥
There's
나한테 안
just no way.
빨리고
Because, look,
너 이득
the
볼래?
thing here is, I thought Owner
Well,
was just going to go in.
yeah,
they go
you heard the
it.
response. He was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That was what he said.
Great flash. Yeah, he's like...
Advantages.
Which
He said that before the play even happened.
Oh my god, there's no shot.
Oh, okay. Well,
They're bullying him!
Doran's not having a great time. The hook catches him as well. Of course it does. Calyx, he's going to grab a piece of the pie here. And Nongshim, they've already...
When the wave wasn't fully pushed. So I guess the read was that Poppy would be on the way, but then you just can't go for that play as Lahens.
Yeah, Lahens taking a lot of damage, and there is the last hit. So I'm not sure what his plan was.
That too is Lahens. Has his flash.
Indeed.
Gideon on Poppy. We've seen this man do... Oh
dear.
No.
Well, Doran may die again. As, yeah, there's the interruption on the dash. gets thrown into the sky, booped back by the big hammer, and Doran will get taken down. Kingen collects himself the kill. And they need to really start thinking about, I mean, we're going to start wasting time soon. May as well pick up a cannon. All right, Ona coming on in though. 3 versus 2 here on this top side. Jiu is walking very, very slowly, blocks the Winter's Bite, and they're unable to get it. The hook does come back as Jiu's burning. Ona in a bit of trouble, but Ona finds it with the piercing arrow. What is this, Nongshim? About this is the fact that Nongshim could be solidifying Legend Group here, as the door does have to be put up, and Gideon, he's making his way over, wasting no time at all. 2-for-1 special with that hail of arrows, and that is going to be 1 picked up for Jiu and 1 going over to Gideon. Nongshim just styling this game. Get a few nights sleep, maybe like go and like see a
like
movie
a little
or something like that.
Like a little retreat.
Little retreat, you know. Otherwise, this is going to be very, very rough. Lehen's possibly going to face check here as he doesn't get the buffer. Chains of Corruption comes down, gets a nice double knock up. He's actually investing a fair bit here as he does try and get the stun up. Flash does come out and Nongshim just not able to follow up in time, even though he bought a fair bit of it.
Doran as well. But with this game state, I feel like...
we hex flashing. Finds the stun here as well. The door will go up, so some time could be bought here as a double knock up from Gideon is gorgeous. The Ignite ticking down, and Carrier, he won't be okay, as there's a Realm Warp coming in, and he's going to have to walk the wrong direction. Kingen will be able to block him off. He's taking them on a merry jaunt around Summoner's Rift here as the flash goes in. Kingen just looking to challenge Goomer, and he takes him down, even though the flash was invested. Doran, I don't think, is going to be diving Jiu here, and Carrier is going to make it out. So Goomer dies, Carrier sins, I guess.
That can't happen. Lucian is one of those AD carries where you have so much mobility, you have so much innate safety. Can't walk up.
We're ganking Calix. He doesn't have flash. He's going to try and look for something back, but he does not get it. And there it is, Doran picking up a kill here for T1. And Ona going to come on over and look to try and steal away the crab. Does not manage to get the smite, but it was a cute little effort. Isn't going to get punished for it or anything like that. Plate goes down in the mid lane. And T1 keeping it within touching distance here. 1.2 thousand gold. Gumiushi just got back, guys. Okay, Gideon is going in. Misses the Q straight up, but that is going to be a lot of damage going down there as Carrier looks to try and get something back. As Kingen, he's going in and actually had the passive on him, and now they're looking for Doran, who was very far up. Gideon's just dead because Ona did make it towards this bottom lane eventually. And must have been the retreat, or maybe it was the hot springs or the sauna or something like that.
Oh, they just did it's the classic, you know, snip my fingers and the time
they did
pauses.
A bit of time dilation type stuff.
That's powerful.
That must have been what it was. Or maybe they're professional gamers that don't let the game state get to them.
Don't tilt quite as easily as either of us.
Titanium mental, you know? Or maybe enough people were tilted on their behalf for them not to be, as Doran is going to get slammed to the wall. He's dead, guys. This is a Gwen that is not immune. The inner turret is likely to fall down as well as Calix. Let's see whether he can survive on the other side of the map. This is called a cross-map play, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. As Calix does deal with the wave, and now he's just looking to run.
I think he just wants the wave.
He will probably be able to get most of it, as it does take a little bit of time. One last little auto. There it is. Faker's able to lock that one down. But Kingen did get this.
That trend kind of continues.
Yes.
Nongshim is going to get the second Drake. If the poke comp gets Hextech Soul, I think that...
it's not Hextech Soul.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It's 60
I thought we were already on the second
there.
dragon, but there's been too much going on. Oh, my statement.
Your statement's
a bit unhappy. I think that T1 need all the damage they can get because it's got to be coming down to the team fights here.
Well, I've seen this one before as Jiu going to cleanse. Not going to get slowed down, but Lehen's may pay for it as he does get the aftershock. He's actually pretty tanky. Chains of Corruption go in, but the answering door is going to be there. Steadfast presence, though, is Gideon. Alex may have just killed himself by stopping that back.
Yeah, you're not getting off your Realm Warp, I don't think, against Skarner.
No. That is not happening. Does get a very large boost of speed with that phase rush. Oh, and he gets out! That was sick. That was sick, Calix. Did have to invest the flash for it, but damn, he looked cool.
One more wave for a flash. I say...
it wasn't even one more wave. It was throwing a Q into nothing.
No, I know. I was about to say it was stylish. It wasn't good.
Yeah, okay. Faker takes 1 billion damage.
No flash.
And then some from Kingen. And
And
now Kingen's getting teleported on. Gideon going to be moving up here. We'll see whether he can get the crab. He will be able to, as Kingen is just dead.
I think they had no vision. Like, because otherwise Gideon could have just roamed up.
Oh, that was sexy.
And
there it is. Big spike now.
I don't know if T1 can really fight this, but that's Soul Point for Infernal Soul, Atlas!
At 23 minutes. T1, they're going to try and get over here. Doran gets into the pit. Owner, can you actually drive your way through and steal it? He cannot. And they just get rid of the Gwen. The culling does nothing, and Nongshim say thanks for the Soul Point. And it feels to me...
T1 were in a position where they were not pretty substantially behind as...
Oh dear. Well, Doran is going to try to make this one work. He flashes, but yeah. No, Kingen is just going to hit him with...
Doran, I'm trying to defend you, but that flash, I cannot. No can do.
No.
Maybe it might be an Otacon angle. Yeah, Kingen has flash. Or TP. I think they should look towards that.
Unless they can go for some sort of fight, which, you know, 4 versus 5.
They are Nongshim, so that's probably what they'll do.
Yep, teleport comes in from Kingen, get him into the area. And it looks like it's either fight or Otacon or both. Or all of the above. There it is. The engage. The slam into the wall. Great knockups, though, coming through from this Braum. But Carrier, he can only do so much. Gumayusi finds the culling onto the side, and Gideon, he's just unkillable. I just don't know whether we're ever getting through this poppy. Calyx was somewhere at that time.
He's not even building tanky. He went Sundered Sky first.
Whoa, it's a flash from King, and he's looking for another one. The flash comes out. The slow is cleansed, but you cannot cleanse death. And it's a solo kill for Kingen. 6-2 and 5. Huh.
Can't wait to see the discourse after this one.
I mean, Noodles, man.
Biting off way more than they can chew. You're guaranteed down a member,
and you're just not allowed. You're not allowed to make that play.
You have to wait until they're.
Well, Kingen is going to go into 4 people and die. He of course didn't have very much choice there, as Calyx is splitting on the other side. Jiu's in the mid lane.
Oh, this
might look like a good pick for T1, but Nongshim are very happy with this. That's inner turret, outer turret for Hammerman. Hextech Hammerman.
I do like.
It felt good to say.
Yeah,
I like say it again.
I like Hammerman. He is, as Calyx.
He is sometimes Gunman. This is Bookman, and Bookman is in a bit of trouble. Keeper's verdict, and it's in. The verdict is no more Gamush.
They're able to turn the game around. Not unlike one of my other favorite legal games, Phoenix Wright, right? Turnabout T1.
I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. Gideon goes in, but it was right as Owner was going in himself, and then he just looks a bit silly. Owner takes a fair bit of damage, but Nongshim are now on the run. I'd almost say it was kind of lucky, as now Doran is looking for even more. No, don't do it. You don't need to, as he flashes forward and just blast cones his way out. They need to deny this dragon. That's absolutely true. As Kingen is an absolute monster, but not if these shock blasts do not land. And Nongshim will not be able to challenge for that infernal dragon. T1 just bought themselves 5 minutes.
Is that Edgeworth's music I hear? Are we in a Phoenix Wright game?
Oh,
is this Ace Attorney? Turnabout T1?
Well, I don't know about that, because Kingen is going to come on over and yeah. Gumshoes is like,
okay, no.
Brother, that is not evidence.
And when Gumshoe's correcting you, know you really messed
exactly.
up. Faker was on a flank. Do they have the resources to really do anything here?
Oh.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I think they should get out. It's fine. You got the dragon. Well, we are not going out.
Gwen is not immune if he just dives in. However, she can just kill him. And so down goes Kingen. Calyx is now golden, but in an awkward spot. In comes Gideon. Might be able to get the punishment here onto Doran, but he's done a decent job. But look at this. No! It's the Bash Brothers. It's the tanks. And they're rushing towards them. That's going to be the kill on Gumayusi. Faker comes over, though. He is now a person with damage. And Jiu is going to try and win the game alone here on the top side of the map. It's gotten silly. It's gotten silly very quickly, but I'm doing that thing where T1 are out on the map, and they've left their front door open. So they're going to go in and take their stuff. Well, we'll see whether they can, as Lance does get the interruption. That's beautiful onto Ona, as now Gideon just says goodbye to Doran. And Carrier there to defend, but now Ona and Faker are in so much trouble. The two-man Impale is gorgeous with the Arcane Storm layered on top, but Kingen is going to survive. The phase rush again, saving Nongshim. And they just lose the jungler. It is only Ona that goes...
I don't think they can. I think they have to give it the Baron.
I mean, last time they tried to do this, they all died. And the Baron still went, and the Otacon went at the same time. Like, I understand why they're just going to back away, and now Baron is picked up.
Doran doesn't get knocked away. If he had Flasher's deal, didn't have it, FYI, but if he did, you have the damage, the reset comes through. That might be the turn as Calyx.
Calyx is going to flash. That's a pretty high value one, but still he's going to get impaled. Does have the Seraphs, does go golden. The T1, it's only a matter of time. They just wait it out. They take down the Rise, but that's a two-man investment into just one on the side of Nongshim. 20 seconds until the Infernal, as you indicate to me there, Chronicler. Could be a big deal.
So they have about 40 seconds before Rise shows up. Their engage isn't great, but they got to force right now.
Yep, got to try and find something here as the Hail of Arrows comes down. Nongshim looking to get themselves out of here as Gideon will be able to secure.
Zoom on Scuttle.
Yeah, the Crab. That's a good one. Chains of Corruption comes in here as if they kill Ona, that's a big deal, but the door goes up. Keeper's Verdict is going to make it an even fight as they take down the Jason. So much of the damage with the Puppy. Oh my God, Gideon, you are so incredible. Doran goes golden. The culling is going to get cancelled. Another knock-up as Goomer is in. He's just dead. It's a triple here for Geo, and they are just going to go in, walk in the front door and win the game. And Calyx is like, guys, what happened?
Oh, look at the faces on Geo and Lance. Geo living there actually ends up winning. That fight was on the verge of being lost. Doesn't even blow his cleanse, by the way. One auto away from getting hit by that Braum passive, from actually going down. And with this win, Nongshim secure the Legend group with a 2-0.
We have Noodles in the top half of the LCK. And they're